Welcome to the club Dragons Only, an actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast where only dragons are welcome. Thank you for joining us for our grand opening. This episode will be part 1 of our playthrough of the Lost Mine of Phandelver campaign that comes in the 5th edition starter set. Now let's meet our adventurers. Oxymatsu is a greedy noble dwarf hailing from a distant land by the name of West Norbrook. He is a paladin of Fafnir. His father had gambled their fortune away, forcing him to adventure with his 3 retainers, Codias, Eli, and Isaac. Currently, he has taken a job from Gundren Rockseeker, an ally to his family. Nazarus Hollows grew up in Thundertree. When Mount Hotenau erupted 20 years ago, his parents escaped and drifted from village to village. In their times of hardship, an old man named Karnan Telrodon helped them as much as he could. Young Naza visited him often. Frequently, he gained increased interest from a sword hung on the old man's wall. Karnan was never willing to speak further about it, saying to pay no attention to the sword. After he passed away, Naza stole the katana to remember him by, as the old man had no other family. Later, he became a soldier in the Neverwinter militia. One day, Naza stood up for himself and others to his abusive superior. They fought, and Naza was the victor, which resulted in him being discharged. He knew his destiny, and it was to become a hero to those in need, like how he used to be. Cornelius Soggybottom, a pirate wizard gnome. His parents were corn farmers. Every breakfast, lunch, and dinner they ate corn. He wore corn husks for clothes. He was beat with corn. His currency was corn. Once, he had a best friend that was corn, and his parents cooked him and fed him to Cornelius. That was the final corn straw. He found some fellow corn-hating pirates outside of town, and together they killed everyone in the village. They sailed the sea for 107 years. It was then that he didn't realize that he never really had a crew. It was all in his head. Eventually, his seasickness caused him to become an adventurer on land, taking whatever quest he feels like. The name is Genlinor Orinor, a halfling rogue. Orphaned as a child, she was adopted by a family of gnomes. Her new family works for a criminal group called Sin of the Malefactor, under the guise of a gnome tinkering guild. As a halfling among gnomes, she was never taken seriously when she said she wanted to go on missions for the guild. Her gnome brother Melvin pulled some strings for her, and now she is currently on a quest to help a patron of their group, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker. Wick Cragmaw was born and raised by the Cragmaw goblins in Cragmaw Castle. He did normal goblin things, such as getting beat up by anyone bigger than him, and beating up anyone smaller than him. Alongside Clark and other goblins, they were sent to the Cragmaw hideout to look out for and capture Gundren Rockseeker. Now let's get to the adventure.
The characters are in the city of Neverwinter when their dwarf patron and friend, Gundren Rockseeker, hires them to escort a wagon to Phandelver. Gundren has gone ahead with a warrior, Sildar Hallwinter, to attend to business in the town while the characters follow with the supplies. The characters will be paid 10 gold pieces each by the owner of Barthrin's Provisions in Phandelver when they deliver the wagon safely to the trading post. In the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough-and-tumble settlement of Phandelver, a couple of days' travel southeast of the city. Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brother had found something big, and that he'd pay you guys 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthrin's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You've spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail.
I want to beg Sandy Hullbringer for money.
I am a Cornelius.
Okay.
I am a gnome pirate wizard. Don't you dare call me corn.
You got it, Corn. Okay, your turn, dwarf man.
So handsome. He's so handsome, I'd like to bite those ankles.
I am a dwarf. Noble dwarf paladin.
He's easily the
My name is
most
Officer
uncharismatic, imaginative person I know.
And he's rich.
He's very
Yes, I
rich.
have
He can do what he
25
wants.
gold. How much gold do you have?
I have a meager 10 right now, but I'm an
I
investment.
have 25
My name
gold.
is Naza Hollows. I am the leader of this group of fairies, and it is my job to have us go forward as winners. in my velour
I think the
uniform.
person with the most money should be the leader.
I think the person who's tallest should be leader. Oops, looks like I win, small fry.
Also,
No.
behind you guys' cart is just like Joey's 3 freaking
Retainers.
retainers.
Okay, how about this? The person with the biggest nose is in charge. Looks like you get on that one.
Yes. Fine.
You'll be in charge, but you give me all your money. Never mind, let's just walk.
Okay.
Alright, we're walking.
Where are we walking to?
You're on the Tribord Trail, heading to Phandelver.
Yes, and it's full of outlaws and other
Bandits.
mischievous individuals. And it's my job as leader to use my keen awareness to determine them.
If anybody wants me to hold their money so they don't lose.
I will trust Joey with 1 gold coin.
Oxymatsu.
Okay, minus 1 gold
Oxymatsu's
coin
the
then.
bank.
Thank you.
Jerry, you now have 26 gold
I
pieces.
have 26 gold.
He's a very
Oxymatsu.
trustworthy individual, this one. Mother always told me you can trust a dwarf by the size of his nose. And something tells me I can trust this one with my life.
Okay.
Well, you've never seen this gold again.
Well, because it's so invested. Alright, let's go.
Alright, guys. What is your marching order? Someone can be driving the wagon. One or 2 people.
Corn pulls the wagon with Gwenny. Me and Joey are
Oh,
following.
We're
no,
the
oxen?
tiniest.
The oxen are pulling the
We
wagon.
have
He's
retainers.
driving it.
Fine. Corn and Gwenny are in
Make
the
the
wagon.
retainers
We
pull
got
it.
retainers.
Fine.
No.
Cody?
There's a,
No,
they
the
want-
wagon is full and
They need to
Codias
have to
is the
walk.
one pulling the wagon.
Codias is solely pulling the wagon.
They need to
You
walk
sold
to
the
learn
oxen
their
for
place
gold.
in life. So let's just walk, all in single fashion files.
Cody.
With me in the front.
Me, Cody.
Me, Cody.
Me, Codias.
You know, as long as my men give me undying loyalty, for all I care, they can sit in their underwear.
Elijah says Richard.
You've been on the Tribord Trail for about half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path.
Quick! We're under attack!
Each
We all
has-
ready our weapons.
Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side.
I examine the corpses, and I determine that they are goblins.
Okay. Well, how about I make you roll an intelligence check to see if you know it's goblins.
I roll an 8.
An 8. What's your intelligence?
-1.
-1. So you got a 7. I'm gonna say you don't know what killed the horses.
I assume that it's goblins, and I tell my team to be ready.
Okay.
We all ready I ready my weapons.
I suggest that Joey gets his retainer Isaac to go up into the bushes and look for any thread.
Okay.
I suck at it.
Alright, so Isaac goes and looks at the bushes.
Looks in the bushes.
Yeah.
The snake, it bit Isaac.
Yeah, a snake jumped out. Isaac is a dwarf, right? So he's immune to poison.
Aw.
Oh.
He's a dwarf.
CJ got bitten.
I'm already over here by the wagon, see. And my weapons
CJ
are...
has climbed to the top of the
My-
wagon to
no.
avoid the snake.
I have my weapon drawn, so I'm ready for any attack. And now we all press on,
Ooh, Summer's rolling.
because we're about to be jumped. I told you all to prepare yourselves.
You don't hear anything.
I don't trust
Don't
anything.
see anything in the bushes.
We don't see anything in the bushes?
It's my natural leader instinct to not trust anything. So let's go.
How tall is Cody?
He's like probably 8 feet
So
tall.
Isaac didn't
He's
see
in-
anything in the bushes?
No.
I order Nick to climb on top of Cody and see
Well,
if he can
make,
see anything far away.
Well, since the trail is blocked, how
I'll roll
about
a
Joey...
I'll roll a perception check for Isaac. No, he doesn't see anybody.
Joey, how about you get your big man Cody retainer, Codias, to move the horses out of the way so we can get the buggy through?
Yeah, the dead horses are blocking
Joey,
the path.
charge her for it.
Also, on the
Fine, I
horses,
give you 1 gold coin.
on
One gold
horses, you
coin?
notice saddlebags on the
Cody
horses.
can work for 1 gold.
Alright, okay.
He's extortioning.
You notice
Yes.
some saddlebags
I have
still on the
slaves.
horses.
You know what
I
I
just
think?
take the saddlebags.
You take them.
They
Cody
might be
carries them
trap.
out
They
for
might
me.
be booby traps.
Alright, so
You want to check the saddlebags?
They can have them.
What do I do with it?
You can have them.
you can look inside.
I look inside the saddlebags.
There's nothing in it.
I throw the saddlebags away.
They've already been looted. Nearby lies an empty leather map case.
We press onwards.
Okay, would you like, well, the 2 dead horses.
I said I gave 1 gold piece to Joey so that Codias could move
Okay, Codias begins
moving the horses.
moving the horses.
To where?
the side of the
Moving
road.
to the side.
Okay, so...
Okay,
Just so we can get our
Cody's
buggy through.
filling that up.
We start pulling the buggy again.
What's everyone's passive perception?
Mine's 11.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mine's 11.
13.
Here.
Nick doesn't have one.
Nick doesn't have one written down.
It's just 0.
Well, what's his perception?
+4.
+4, so you got 14.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
not
he's
bad.
got a good one.
Okay, just as you guys start getting on to the cart to start going, 4 goblins
I knew it.
jump from the sides
I
and
told
begin their
everyone.
attack.
I told everyone to be ready. My weapons was already ready, so I make the first attack.
That's
Well,
up to the dice.
CJ was ready for it, so I'll say you are not surprised.
Haha!
Ooh.
What do I get as a consolation prize? Do I know the,
Okay,
the
everyone
fact of
roll
saying I
initiative
told you
for
so.
me.
Which is it? We roll a d20.
Yeah, and it should say your initiative is plus your dexterity modifier. Roll initiative.
I got
I
12.
got 20.
Okay, CJ got 23.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Nick both got 12.
What'd you get, Joey?
4.
Ooh.
What's plus your dexterity on your paper?
This is what was
0.
Dexterity is plus 0.
Oh.
Big Nose goes last. We all expected this.
Which, between the two of you, which is higher dexterity? I'm pretty sure it's Gwen.
Yeah.
One of the goblin got real low.
Oh, okay, good. What do the goblins look like?
Do they have weapons?
Yes, they
You
do.
just shot the horses, you idiot.
Let me see what you see on them. They seem to be armed with scimitars and short bows.
Oh.
So I go first?
Yes, I'll say you go first, CJ.
Okay, I take my katana in one hand and I smack a fucking goblin with it.
So you stab one of the goblins.
Yes.
Okay, roll to hit.
7.
That's
So
5.
7. You go to stab one of the goblins, but they quickly dodge roll out of the way.
You
You rolled a 12,
tough
bro.
guy. Talking all that.
Next.
Awesome sword skills.
One
You
of the
couldn't even hit a third level the first goblin with. You missed the first goblin.
It's alright. If they dodge, that adds more suspense.
Joey, what's your armor class?
16.
16. One of the goblins you see aims their short bow at you, and they hit you right in the shoulder.
Why in the
I'm
fuck
going to
do
roll.
I get shot?
Because they thought you looked like a good target. That is 6 points of damage.
-6. So.
-6.
Did Joey's half
What the
dead
fuck?
already by a first goblin fight?
Yes.
Okay.
Some kind of why the fuck would anyone pay us anything to protect? We're getting beat by goblins.
Gwen,
We'll
you'll
level up. With no
You're
problem.
level 1. Gwen, you get to go next.
I hide behind CJ.
Why me?
You take
I
the
push
hide
her.
action.
I push her out of my way.
You
Make her
can't do
fight
that.
Make her fight for herself.
And I believe that has to be your whole turn.
Okay.
The one goblin sees that you hide behind CJ. They take their scimitar, they run up to CJ, try to slash at him. Dings right off your armor.
My armor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nick, your turn. If you have a damaging cantrip, which I do believe you have, you can use that.
Yeah, chill.
You also have like quarter staves.
And there's one goblin close to
CJ?
CJ?
Yep, there's one right next to CJ right
How
now.
close are the other ones? Or does that not matter?
The 3 are still kind of by the bushes in the tree line, while there's one right next to CJ.
Alright, I'm gonna use chill touch on the one by CJ.
Okay. Roll to hit. You're gonna roll and add your ranged attack, spell attack bonus. Ooh, 19.
Yeah, 19.
I'm not gonna have you bother checking your bonus because you're definitely gonna hit.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Oh.
1.
Plus your, it should say your spell attack bonus on your spell page, on spell sheet.
Yeah, 13.
Add your intelligence modifier for damage.
+3?
Plus 3, so you do 4 damage. So what you see is you see a spectral skeletal hand pretty much pick up and grab this freaking goblin and start squeezing the life out of him, and he goes, "Ah!" And he's freaking terrified out of his mind. Next is another goblin. The one sees you pick up his friend, so he takes his scimitar and he runs at you.
Can I jump in the way?
I don't think you have any reactions. So he goes and he stabs you with his scimitar.
Oh no.
He stabs you, you take 2 damage. Next is Joey's turn.
2 damage. Joey's a blow.
So what you see is one of the goblins, he is currently in the hand of a spectral skeletal hand.
He's still alive.
Yes, he's nearly dead though. He doesn't look very
The
good.
other one stabbed Nick, so he's right by Nick right now.
Yes.
And the others are one in front of me.
The
Says-
one is currently
It
grappled.
says on hit.
How many is there?
It says on hit the target takes
There's 4.
1d8.
I don't know. I have to back the fuck up. I'm like half health right now.
Get behind me.
So if I would attack, like I'm getting hit, like the next one's gonna come after me.
You don't really know.
It's gonna come after me. We all.
Yeah, you're half dead.
If you want, you can take cover behind the caravan. Like what you can do,
Joey, take cover behind
During-
the caravan and pull out your ranged weapon. I throw Joey my bow.
you can't do that right now. During your action, you can go attack somebody, and then you can use your movement, which it says on yours that your total movement is 25 feet. And you can use that to the rest of your movement, move behind the...
Okay, so I can attack the goblin and then dip.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will do that.
Okay, which
my
goblin would you like
great
to
axe.
attack?
The one that just stabbed Nick.
The one that just stabbed Nick. Okay. Are you using your
I have my great axe.
great axe? So you're gonna run up and swing at it. Roll a d20 and add your to hit, which should be like +5. It should say it right next to your great axe.
Yeah, it's +5.
11
16.
+5, 16.
You run up and you freaking smash that goblin. Roll damage.
How much health does these goblins have?
Okay. So I roll this.
Yep, roll that and add 5.
12 +5.
12.
17.
You run up and you pretty much behead the freaking goblin.
Oh.
So
Its head goes flying and you hear it go as it rolls across the ground.
Okay, there's
It's
3
nasty.
left.
A little blood splats on Nick.
Hey,
Grody.
NASA. That's how you kill a goblin.
So, Summer, will the ghost hand kill that goblin anyway?
I do a sick ass pose and look
It's only gonna hold it until
goblin
the
blood
start
on my
of
great axe.
Corn's next turn.
And then it'll kill it?
And I'm
and then
hiding
it'll
behind
disappear.
CJ now.
I dipped out
9.
after I killed
9.
That goblin.
You beheaded the goblin.
How many goblins are there? And when's it my turn?
There's
goblin
currently
is
3
dead.
goblins. After this goblin's
And there's one
turn,
being choked by this ghost. Then.
And Joey killed one.
Yeah.
So there's 2 left?
There's 3 left.
3
One
left.
is being choked by the hand, and it doesn't do continuous
CJ, what's your
damage.
armor class?
15.
15. Okay, a goblin, he aims his longbow at you, and he goes to shoot, and it whizzes right past your head. Okay, CJ, now it's your turn.
I attack a goblin that's not being choked.
Yeah, one is currently in the grasp of a giant skeletal hand,
We have 2 range.
and there's 2 ranged goblins.
I run at one of the ranged ones and impale him.
Okay, so you're using your katana?
Yep.
Roll a d20. Roll to hit, and yours is
6.
yours is probably a +5, right?
Yeah, so it's 11.
You go to stab the goblin, and he does a backflip
Alright.
right out of the way.
Does
Gwen,
it
it's your
back there.
turn. You are currently hiding,
Behind
and you
CJ.
you have advantage on a goblin.
I use my sneak attack.
What weapon are you using?
I'll use my rapier.
You're gonna roll a d20 and add your
20.
a natural 20,
Yeah.
and you're using a rapier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you do a no-handed cartwheel at the freaking goblin, and like you stab it right in its heart, and it goes, and it falls over dead. There's now 2 goblins left.
Can I go back and hide behind CJ?
Yes.
So,
I go and do that.
Well, you gotta roll better, CJ. It's in the
oh,
fate
yeah,
of the die.
goddamn.
What's
How
the
do I
point?
control that?
That's the point of being stealthy, CJ. I can hide. Maybe you should be a halfling next time.
You're sick here, bud.
It's your turn, Nick.
Okay,
The skeletal hand lets go of the goblin you were choking. He
So
is pretty darn weak.
I can use an ability and move.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna use false life on myself and run to hide behind Joey. +4 temporary hit points for the duration.
Okay, roll a d4.
1.
+4. So you get 5 temporary hit points. Under temporary hit points where it says 0, you add 5. The goblin that was just released by the spectral hand, he goes to stab you, Joey, and he just misses you. Cuts off a couple hairs of your beard, though.
Bro.
Now it's your turn, Joey. There was the one that was just released by the spectral hand, and then there's the one with the long bow.
Spectral hand one's almost dead.
Yeah, that one's close to us. So I'll attack him.
With your great axe,
Yeah.
roll a d20, add 5.
What the fuck did my dice do?
Is that right there?
Where? I lost my dice already.
You just had it in your hand.
Is it in your pocket?
I don't have it.
Dang,
Want me to roll for you? I might roll
swear
for
to
you.
God, I just had it.
What one do you need?
While you look for it.
6.
6.
Did I put it back in here? Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay, let
Okay,
Joey
I'll
roll
let you
because that was a
roll.
crappy roll you
That
did.
was a crappy roll. And you get to add 5.
The 20 dice one.
16.
16.
Much better.
Plus 5, that's 21. Roll damage.
10. 15. Another bodied goblin.
You run up to the goblin that was just released by the spectral hand. You cut off his leg. He passes out from blood loss. Goes into shock and he dies.
So there's one goblin left.
And
One goblin
I go
left.
back to the wagon because I'm done with this fight.
CJ, your turn.
I attack and miss again. 11.
Well, plus your to hit, that should be a plus 5, right?
Yeah.
You hit.
16.
Its armor class is 15. What do you do to this goblin with the longbow?
What
do you attack with?
Sword.
Roll a d10 and add 5 to it.
8.
8. How do you kill this goblin, CJ?
I don't know. I guess I stab it.
You stab it. You stab it in the stomach,
Sure.
and you turn the knife while it's in the stomach and yank your sword out, and its guts spill. You guys have killed all the goblins.
We loot their bodies.
You loot their bodies. One of them has like a copper. The rest of them have like just their crappy armor.
Okay, someone else can have the copper.
We put all their loot.
Who wants the copper?
We put all their loot, like all their weapons and shit that would be normally useless in the wagon.
Toss it in the wagon. Okay. So while you were doing that, your retainers hid in the bushes.
I forgot about them.
Kodias had finished dragging off the horses. The dead horses are out of the way, and you continue down the trail, and you start thinking about this Phandelver. What kind of place is it? And you remember this important backstory I should have told you a couple minutes ago. More than 500 years ago, clans of dwarves and gnomes made an agreement known as the Phandelver's Pact, by which they would share a rich mine in a wondrous cavern known as Wave Echo Cave. In addition to its mineral wealth, the mine contained great magical power. Human spellcasters allied themselves with the dwarves and gnomes to channel and bind that energy into a great forge called the Forge of Spells, where magic items could be crafted. Times were good, and the nearby human town of Phandelver prospered as well. But then disaster struck when orcs swept through the north and laid waste to all in their path.
No.
A powerful force of orcs reinforced by evil mercenary wizards attacked Wave Echo Cave to seize its riches and magic treasures. Human wizards fought alongside their dwarf and gnome allies to defend the Forge of Spells, and the ensuing spell battle destroyed much of the cavern. Few survived the cave-ins and tremors, and the location of Wave Echo Cave was lost. For centuries, rumors of buried riches have attracted treasure seekers and opportunists to the area around Phandelver, but no one has ever succeeded in locating the Lost Mine. They've resettled the area. Phandelver is now a rough-and-tumble frontier town. More important, the Rockseeker brothers, one of them being Gundren Rockseeker, a trio of dwarves, have discovered the entrance to Wave Echo Cave, and they intend to reopen the mines. That's what you guys...
That's what we know. We just fought the goblins, and we're currently on our way to Phandelver.
So, you guys continue following the trail. The rutted track emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Phandelver. The town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, and some built on old fieldstone foundations. More old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars, surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the side of the cart track, which widens into muddy main streets of sorts as it climbs toward ruined manor house on the hillside of the east side of town. As you approach, you see children playing in the town green and townsfolk tending to chores and running errands at shops. Many people look up as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by. So you guys have made it to Phandelver. What would you like to do?
We'd like to just go straight and deliver the goods.
Yeah.
All right.
And then perhaps go to an inn to recover.
You make your way to Arthan's Provisions.
Don't you get free food, Joey?
At the inns? Taverns?
Yeah.
You need to feed us.
Joey just looks over. He's like, no.
Joey's currently still bleeding from his stomach.
I saved your life.
He's still bleeding from his stomach. I thought it was his shoulder.
Oh no. The blood has gone down to his stomach. Kodias pats you on the back, hoping that'll make you feel better. He rubs your back as if you're nauseous.
Kodias happy.
You okay, Leader Joey? Joey, you okay?
You guys go up to the shop.
I don't know. I thought that I got free food. I don't see it in
I
there.
thought we were talking about that before.
I know the bard gets it. You go on in. Barthrin is there waiting for you. And he says, "Howdy, adventurers."
Howdy to you, too.
Oh, nice to meet you. I hope it wasn't too much trouble coming through here.
Nah, there were some goblins, but we took care of it.
Oh, those goblins. Oh, those goblins. By the way, did you guys see Gundren on the way here?
No.
No.
Well, we did see some dead horses.
Oh my.
There was no bodies, though.
Well, I know the other two Rockseeker brothers, Nundro and Tharden. I know they're camped out somewhere outside town. We haven't seen. Well, they should be coming back any day now. For supplies, but you know, I haven't seen them.
So they were supposed to come in a while ago?
Yeah, Gundren was supposed to be here along with his brothers.
Huh, so maybe we'll be willing to go look for them, because it is pretty dangerous out there.
What's your charisma, CJ?
I try and haggle with them and tell them to give me more money.
Try to get some band-aids off of him.
Say that we'll go look for his buddies if they give us some more money.
Say he's better off for some real money or we walk.
We need hills. Joey's bleeding out.
You guys remind me. And he gives each of you 10 gold coins.
And I say 10 gold coins? Psst,
Yes,
more like 10 gold coins. I need more money.
Agreed amount?
I need more money.
So now
'Cause
Joey has...
look at this, and I tell him to look at this poor dwarf. He is bleeding out. You're really going to look at this man, his noble family, and tell him that he died because you're paying him a meager 10 coins?
Mm-hmm. So he decides to give me
You're just nodding.
quadruple the amount.
You're nodding and you're pointing at your wound.
So he'll give me 40 gold.
You like open up your armor a little bit.
So I tell him to start offering some real money, or else I'm going to take it out on his ass.
Roll an intimidation check.
17, and I have 2.
Mine's -1.
He says, oh, okay. And he gives Joey like 3 additional gold coins.
What the fuck? Why does Joey get it? I'm the one threatening him.
You're the one who said...
I take 2 of those cool coins.
Okay.
So you took
He
that from
snatched
Joey?
him right out of Joey's hand.
Wait, so we got 10, an extra 10 on that?
Yeah. Yeah, we
each
get...
of you.
I refuse to let CJ take 2, and he only gets
I
1.
put my finger in Joey's wound and
He
twist it.
slipped.
Joey,
only
you
got
take
1
1
point
damage.
away.
Both of you roll for initiative. I'm just kidding.
Roll a hit, CJ.
I got the fucking...
So who got the coins? Who got the 3 coins?
Yes, I'm not
I took
just
2 of
letting
them.
CJ
I mean, he
have
handed
these 2
them
points.
to Joey.
Yes, and
If
I have to
CJ
use
would
them.
like to
So Joey kept... So he kept 2
Roll to
coins.
I
hit,
give
I guess,
CJ
is-
1 coin
give him 1
Wait,
coin.
for
Just-
helping me out.
Fine.
Okay, he takes 1.
Yay.
He's confused. Barthman is...
He's almost...
Yeah.
confused. watching
He's almost
this.
weeping.
Persuade CJ to give me 2 more gold.
I look
He's
at
looking
Joey
at
and I
you,
stick my
Cord,
finger
and he
in his wound
says,
and twist
"You got
it.
a little something in
No,
your
we
beard."
are.
Oh, don't you dare bring that up.
He goes, "Oh, sorry."
Need me to help pick that out of your beard?
No, reminds me of my past.
He pulls out a mirror and looks at his reflection.
Touches his face slowly.
I blow
So-
in my bubble pipe.
I roll my...
Barthman says, "If you guys want, I can tell you where the nearest inn is."
And I said, please do, or I'll kick your ass.
Okay. He tells you of the Stonehill Inn. It's pretty much just down the street. Nice inn to stay there if you want.
Do you know how much it'll be?
I believe it's only like a copper.
Okay. But I only have gold.
They'll give you change.
I'm just gonna say I took that copper piece from the goblin.
The goblin.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
goblin.
you can
goblin.
decide on that.
I took the 1 copper piece because no one else took it.
Okay.
This could be our opportunity to get on top of each other's shoulders to pay for 1 inn fee.
Ooh. No, I go to the inn and I pay for myself for my own room.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
So you guys.
So everyone does that, and that was 1 copper piece for the inn.
I hang out down in the tavern and drink all night.
Let me tell you guys. In the center of town stands a large, newly built roadhouse of field stone and rough-hewn timbers. The common room is filled with locals nursing mugs of ale and cider, all of them eyeing you with curiosity.
Ales and
I look for a wench.
You think you saw a weird-looking dwarf outside?
No, I'm looking for a woman.
It's a female.
woman-
It's a female
womanish
dwarf.
Okay, it'll do.
She still has a beard.
I convince her to
She's
come to
full
my
of the-
bedroom.
She's like,
Roll charisma.
How you doing,
Do I
handsome?
do a roll charisma?
make him roll charisma.
Roll. Well, I think she might have to roll persuasion.
I'm a handsome, tall human. They're not going to deny this
Yeah,
experience.
to convince you to pick her.
I
She's the only one.
She
I
should be the
accept
one.
she's the only one. How much do I charge? How much does she charge?
Like a gold piece.
Okay, I'm just one jewel keys for company.
I
Time to
stole,
punch my
I
Dungeons and
stole, the
Dragons
hooker's,
check.
I
charge.
stole the hooker's gold whenever you guys were in the room.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
They're
You
not
can't
even
steal
paying
from my hooker.
attention.
It
They're
should
not
just
even
be.
around.
It should
Oh,
still,
believe me, she's focusing on more than that.
Yeah.
So roll your d20 and your sleight of
God
hand is at
damn
the
it,
bottom.
CJ.
It
You're
should
not doing
just
enough
be
good
your
job, dude. I
dexterity.
can't steal the
So
gold
just your
back.
dex. Okay.
Okay,
Roll your
so
d20.
I'm trying
roll
to enjoy my time with this hooker.
I'm trying to steal this bitch's money.
You got 6.
No,
Wait.
it's a 9.
Yeah, it is a 9.
0.
Wait, so
So
I'm
you
in.
cut-
So I'm in an inn with this hooker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joey Church.
Oh, it's
Joey wants-
actually 5 silver pieces
5 silver pieces.
for
buy a
one.
hooker?
For one. No, not for the hooker. For the 5. For like 1 night stay. That is if you want to stay in a modest room. You can't stay in a squalid one for 7 copper pieces.
Something tells me this hooker's not really worth that, so I'll take the 5 silver.
She says, "How you doing, honey?"
I said, hello, gorgeous.
She's smoking a pipe.
I just go to my room. I take the
I
take the
convinced her to
cheap
love
room.
me.
cheap
Okay.
room. So that's
It is like a leaky roof. Like
So is
the-
my guy-
right over the bed.
So
I'm
is
fine.
my
She's
guy
trying
a
to
whoremonger?
sleep.
I'm fine.
It is 7 copper pieces. If you pay with 1 gold piece.
What's this hooker's name?
Gildred.
Gildred.
Did I get the gold? Was
Gildred.
that successful?
What'd you roll?
A 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
Let me write.
Joey trips.
You're stealing it from her little
Hooker
skirt
purse.
pocket, her hooker purse.
Do I catch an STD?
You'll have to roll a luck check.
She rolled it too.
I got.
You sneak the coin out of her
Do I
pocket.
got a
Yes!
So Joey go up.
I stole the gold, CJ!
So in a way, when you convinced CJ to take one gold piece, she took that gold piece back anyway.
Oh,
I stole it from a hooker, though.
Well, CJ's.
Do I got to roll to get an STD or what?
luck. Yeah, roll a luck check. It's a straight D20. If you get higher than a 10.
Come on, baby. 10.
Oh my gosh, you just barely made it.
Yay!
No STD.
Skeptical.
It's hero's disease.
So, Corn, you said you're downstairs drinking pretty much?
Yes.
All night.
Okay. There's a gossipy barmaid. Her name happens to be Elsa. This
Can I
book
pick her
came
up?
out before Frozen.
Throws in.
Think with your
Frozen.
sword, not your dick.
She's talking to the man next to you. She says, Darren Eldermath, the orchard keeper, is a former adventurer.
Ooh.
So that's a little tidbit of information.
So what am I doing?
Who was a former
Right now you're with the hooker. And right now I'm just in my leaky room.
Darren Edermath.
He's there drinking too.
He's the orchard keeper. He's not there right
He's
now.
not there right now.
You see this woman, she gives the innkeeper a kiss on the cheek, so you imagine that's probably his wife. You imagine, probably.
Is she also a hooker?
She's dressed a little scantily, but
So can I pick her up?
I imagine the innkeeper might punch you in the face. But you're right now, you're in your room with the dwarf lady.
All right.
Gildred.
You see the innkeeper's wife. She starts talking to her husband. She says, Fell Dendar, a local woodcarver, stood up to the Red Brands 10 days ago when they came by his shop and leered at his wife. The ruffians murdered him.
Oh my.
Several townsfolk saw it happen. The Red Brands grabbed his body, and now his wife's daughter and son have gone missing too.
Oh, Gildred. I
I
love
asked-
your mustache against mine.
You ask her something.
I asked if where they were last seen at. Really, whereabouts?
They were taken right from their house. Terrible thing. You see a little boy come up to you and he whispers in your ear. He says,
There's a little boy in the bar.
Yeah.
yeah, he's the innkeeper's son.
Ooh.
Little
My
bastard.
dad likes it when he beats his wife.
This little bastard child.
He says to you, I heard that Kaelin Adderleaf's son, Carp, said he found a secret tunnel in the woods, but the Red Brands almost caught him. And then you see the innkeeper. He says, Pip, get away from my customer.
Before the little boy goes away, I offer him 1 gold coin to show me.
His eyes. Man, do they get so wide when he sees that gold piece. He says, I mean, I don't know where it is, but I can show you where Carp is. Carp knows.
Alright. I tell him.
I steal the kid's gold.
You're not even
Right now you're
there.
listening outside the CJ's room. After
Oh,
you stole
you're
that
ass-
gold coin.
right
you're-
now, the act of me stealing the gold coin.
And you
is
have your
going
3
on.
retainers right behind you.
Yeah, your retainers are just standing behind you.
Wait, so I have 4 people at the door, all they hear is, oh, you like that, baby? Oh, yeah.
Cody, reach for the coin. We're almost here.
Alright.
Alright, so take him to...
I still give him the gold coin to show me where that kid is.
Carp and his mother, they live right on the outside of Phandelver. They live on a great big farm. You can't miss them.
Alright. So it's nighttime right now? Yeah.
Getting late afternoon.
Later. Oh, damn. I'm sorry. Drinking.
So is my time with the hooker count as a long rest? There's not much resting. going
Yeah,
on.
I
Yeah,
just
not
rest
much.
for the night.
Okay, so you go to your room.
Yeah, so
What
I
about
want
your
to...
retainers?
They crash on the floor. in
Okay,
my room.
they all lay on the floor.
So I want to know how many
It's
gold,
important.
how much I get back for the 7 copper pieces. If I give them 1 gold piece.
Yeah, I have a shit ton of gold.
Right,
How much
Just
was
to
that
keep
money?
it. Right now you have 39 gold pieces.
Yeah.
So you gave 1 copper.
Hey, wait, you're still a virgin, Joey.
So
Dude, I have 3 followers that carry my shit around, and I have the most money.
Yeah, they do
Yeah, but
whatever
you're
he-
bankrupt.
Hero.
And
You're not
you're
a
bankrupt
hero.
currently, but we don't know that.
They do whatever he asks.
But,
for.
yeah.
I'm not
Oh.
bankrupt. I have 40 gold.
So Joey sleeps with Joey and Kodai share a bed.
No, they're all sleeping on the floor. They all cuddle with each other.
Elijah in his
How
sleep
much
is
was it?
going
3
Richie, Richie,
copper?
Richie.
I wake up and they're
Was
all
it
cuddling.
7
and I'm
copper?
like, I
he
just
gives you
go back
3
to
silver
sleep.
pieces back.
Silver pieces.
Alright, so I'm going to that orchard place.
You're going alone? You could rest for the night.
I let Nick borrow Cody. So
Well, he
Nick
can't
has
do
my
it.
Pillow?
bed.
He can't really do anything.
I mean, I
He
guess
can
he
carry you while you're drunk to wherever you need to see. and you just have to tell me the information and buy my room.
Wait, Joey he has to buy your room for you?
Yeah.
You're a
and
very
it's
good
Cody.
dwarf, Jill.
Yeah, you're all about your money.
What? I'm trying to help everybody out too.
Yeah, you are.
I let you guys.
Why does stealing from that hooker
I
help
suggest
her out?
that
What?
Gaius
I
fits
bought the
horses.
hooker for you because
Alright.
I got stabbed.
I rest for the night and then tell everybody in the morning.
Okay,
Okay, so everyone rests.
Nick doesn't get Cody.
I'm not resting.
Oh.
You're
The
hurt.
whole night?
Gildred is a special flower.
She says that's going to be an additional gold.
Jeez.
And she freaks out because the fucking other gold is missing and blames you.
So you gotta give her two.
I don't take
Summer,
credit.
does she find
She
out?
has the
Does
money.
she find out? Roll the dice. Does she find out that her gold piece is
I don't
missing?
think she
She rolled
checked
low.
yet. She did roll pretty low, so I'm going to say she just shoves the next gold piece in her pocket. Roll me another luck check, CJ,
Why do I gotta roll another luck check?
because you're going to round 2.
Damn it. 17. Haha.
17. Okay, you don't catch anything.
You don't catch anything.
Where are
Okay,
you going, mister?
so you guys spend the night. CJ, when you wake up in the morning, Gildred's gone.
And she said she loved me.
We were gonna get married.
She let me braid her beard.
Never fall in love with a horse, Steve. Mama.
Cornelius tells us about what the information he learned.
How do you tell them?
I tell him over. Yeah, I just tell him.
Also, if you guys remember, Gundren and Sildar Hallwinter, they were supposed to be at Phandelver, but that's when you found their horses struck with goblin arrows.
So that is their horses.
Where's their foot? Where do we find that at?
The one dude told us that, I think.
He said the goblins have been a problem in the area.
Alright, so we're all full healed.
I never took any damage.
I lose my temporary
I took damage, so my healed.
HP. You were
How does
almost
sleeping heal his fucking arrow
So-
mark?
You guys all recover your hit points. Any spell slots you guys may have used, specifically Unicorn, are recharged.
What do I gain?
You didn't use any of your abilities.
Oh.
As you guys are exiting the inn, Barthrin sees you guys and he says, "Oh, hey guys!" I forget what voice I gave him.
Well,
I'm an Irish voice.
He's
like-
Canadian.
"Oh, hey there!"
How's it going?
"Oh, Heidi, Heidi."
I didn't.
He says, "Have you guys seen Gundren Rockseeker this morning? But he's still not here."
He's missing. His horses were shot with arrows.
Okay. Well, you guys might want to return to the ambush site to investigate.
I said, what's in it for me? Siege.
He's kind of the man who gave you the job in the first place.
I grabbed by his neck and I say, well, you're going to have to pay for your want to see his master again. This man was shot by an arrow yesterday. And I pointed to
I
Shoulder.
we can be risking our very lives here. What do you think we are, good Samaritans? It's time
Yes.
to pay up.
He's like, well, I guess if you don't want to save him, that's what you guys want to do.
No,
I'll-
I said,
I'll
so.
inform the guard. Maybe they can do something. If you guys care to hear more about the goblin troubles we've been having, you can talk to Lynette Greywind. I'm pretty sure she's the only one who knows anything. You can find her at the Lion Shield Coster.
We go to the line of show.
Oh,
So Nick did tell us about.
Carp knows of a secret tunnel.
Yeah, secret tunnel. We need to go.
Secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
Down through the mud.
Go to the Lion Shield Coster. Hanging above the front door of this modest trading post is a sign shaped like a wooden shield with a blue lion painted on it.
What's in it for me?
Wait, what all stuff do they sell? Do they sell potions? Can I trade coins for potions?
Yes. Give me 1 second to read this.
catalog.
I also.
A menu.
A menu. From what you guys know from being in this region, you know the following information. This building is owned by the Lion Shields, a merchant company based in the city of Yartar, over 100 miles to the east. They ship finished goods to Phandelver and other small settlements throughout the region, but this outpost has been hard hit by banditry. The most recent Lion Shield caravan due in Phandelver never arrived. You imagine it was attacked and its cargo captured by the Kragmaw goblins. You've heard those words. You've heard the word Kragmaw dropped a couple times while you guys were walking around. Like Kragmaw, Kragmaw. I mean, while you were in town, you've heard the word Kragmaw a couple times, but not really knowing what it is.
Alright, so what does the lady have to say about the goblins?
Ooh, she does sell adventuring gear.
Oh.
You guys care.
I just want to buy potions.
Oh, you gotta ask about the goblins first. Goblin.
All right, ask him about the goblin problem.
Goblins.
She says, "Oh yeah, those goblins. They have a freaking hideout in the middle of the freaking woods."
What's in it for us if we go to this hideout?
I'll tell you what. I'm pretty sure those freaking goblins have stolen my freaking goods.
Let's get back. But it's gonna cost you, lady.
Well, listen here, boy. I can give you a nice reward of 50 gold pieces.
Each or just a split?
To split, I'm not that
I
rich.
persuade her. I was like, look, I try to persuade her. I say, honey, look, there is a lot of danger in this mission. You don't want to see us die, do you? That's losing a lot of potential business. Because I spend a lot of gold on potions and other wares. So she should easily...
She stops you right there. She puts her hand up. Absolutely. I will help you guys any way I can as long as I get my freaking goods back.
You will get your goods.
50 gold pieces, and I want her adventuring goods.
Jen,
The
what?
goods that we get back?
She just said we're going to be helping her.
Oh no, I thought she already had other goods.
No,
but-
she
But she
should.
doesn't
She
have
has
the goods
some.
there that we
She
can
has
get.
some goods available to you.
Yeah, what does she have?
I buy 3 health potions.
Let me tell you what she has. She has an abacus. She's like, I got a nice abacus here.
What's that?
She has like a ton of stuff here.
I just want 3 health
We'll just take
Let me
potions.
find the health potion.
Can you get like magic potions?
Ask her if...
Yeah, you can get a vial of acid. Only
Ooh.
Joey can buy it though, because it's
Oh.
25 gold pieces for a
Oh
freaking
gosh,
vial.
Joey can get
How
acid.
much is 3 potions?
I must punish my retainers. I dumped some acid on them.
Stick your finger in there.
Richard,
Can I
Richard,
put
Richard.
that acid
freaking-
in like CJ's drink?
Oh, you could.
Your retainers are waiting outside as Elijah whispers to himself, Richard.
Potion of healing.
We're wasting a lot of time.
You guys are waiting for her to look through the catalog. It's 50 gold pieces.
It's 50
One
gold
healing
pieces.
potion?
It takes a long time to make these things.
I
What's
asked her
the-
to give us 4 for free since we're going into a goblin. Risking our lives.
We'll take the healing potions and not take the gold.
4 healing potions without the gold as a reward.
Can I sneak one, Summer?
And we'll guarantee her good people.
She says, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2 potions for free, and you have to buy the other 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get one of the free ones.
You give the free ones.
I don't need one.
Joey snags one.
One of you two can take it. I'm good because I can hide. CJ should take it.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay,
you
so we
get the
don't
potion.
get the 50 gold now?
Can I sneak one?
You just want to say fuck this. and
Roll
go
a
to
sleight
bed.
of hand check.
Is that a D20?
Yes.
Why do you steal a
17.
Ooh.
You successfully snag a healing potion off the table while she's not looking.
She's trying to help us. Good or bad.
So Gwen took one. The 4th one, that would cost you guys 25 gold pieces.
Is anyone else going to buy any?
We have no money to buy that.
Yeah, just the first one.
Alright, we'll go and get the goods back.
Is that what you guys are doing? You guys are making your way back into the forest?
Yep.
Yeah.
We can assume that
And we also got to do that thing for that guy with his.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yep,
I'm pretty
that-
sure they're connected.
They are connected.
Connected incident.
Well, you can safely assume that they are connected. So, you guys are walking through the forest, and you hear very loud crunching in the bushes next to you.
I slowly open the bushes sneakily.
You see a purple goblin just staring at you.
What's he eating?
He does have a pine cone kind of sticking out of his mouth. And as you're staring at him, he just slowly crunches it. And he's looking at you. He looks like he might be an important type of goblin.
I ask his name.
He just stares at you, and he goes, "Ah!" And he attempts to stab you. with his
I
short
just hold him down without using any effort.
Yeah, we're gonna
He's weak.
roll.
We'll see.
He goes to stab you, and you dodge right out of the way and you grab his hand.
And I hold him on the ground and I say, "Hey, what's your name? You're gonna help us."
So you're gonna grapple him?
Yep.
Roll me a strength check.
13.
You grab him pretty hard. You suspect you might have broken something.
What?
Oh my gosh!
He rolled a 1.
Oh gosh!
And you're holding him down. He goes, "Ah!" He tries to bite at your hand, but to no avail.
I ask his name.
None of your business, human. Tries to squirm out of your grip.
And I say, "Hey, you're gonna be goblin soup if you don't answer me, little bastard."
Is that intimidation check?
Roll me an intimidation check.
19. Plus
19.
Plus my 2.
He shuts himself.
What do I gain
He
from
pees
that?
himself.
What do I gain from that?
He spits out his pine cone. He looks like he might start crying and his nose is dripping.
Does he tell me anything?
Raka. My name's Wick. Don't forget it, human.
And I tell him my name's Rick, and I'm also a goblin.
Roll a deception check.
18.
18. Let me roll his insight. He looks at you very confused, and then he squints at you.
I ask him, what are you doing out here? Why are you alone?
Wait, it's my turn still.
He says, none of your business.
Wait, what about what I said?
I don't think we're in
You just
combat.
said you're a goblin,
Did you
Rick.
believe me?
I don't think we're like in combat.
You would have had
We're not in combat.
to. You would have. I mean, it's
I
pretty.
punch him in the face. I'm just kidding.
You smack him.
I'm kidding.
Does he believe
I
me?
hold up one gold piece
He starts drooling
at the gold piece.
excessively. Yes.
I say, tell me what you're doing out here. Why are you away from the other goblins? And I'll give you this gold piece.
Wait, we're holding him down. You don't even give him anything.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion
Yes.
with advantage. One.
Ah!
One.
He spits
What's
at
the
your
other
gold
one?
piece.
What was the advantage?
Wait, did you roll advantage? Roll again.
Oh. 18.
Wait, does he believe I'm a goblin now?
He kind of believes you. He thinks you're a weird-looking goblin.
Now say, like, would a fellow goblin be willing to help him out?
He said, if you don't know where the hideout is, screw you. And he likes your gold piece.
I say, if you tell us where the hideout is, I'll give you this gold piece.
Where it is, huh?
Then I ask him a question.
Oh no, he's still pondering mine.
He says, it's further down into the woods. I can lead you there.
Alright, do it and then you'll get your gold piece.
He makes that noise.
While we're walking, I ask him about his past.
So
And I
you
ask
guys,
if he's
you
happy.
guys stand up. His arm looks like it's broken in a funny way.
I fix it. I help fix his arm for him.
Roll a medicine check. Telling you right now.
12 plus 1.
You break it back into place. He goes. "Ah!" A couple birds go flying away.
Good job.
It looks like it's a little bit broken back into place.
And I tell him you're welcome. And I say that no one else in his life would have done that for him. He should totally serve
He
me.
starts crying a little bit.
And I tell him if he travels with us, he'll have friends and a family.
He doesn't know what that means. So as you guys keep walking, well, he kind of keeps talking to himself. He's like, "Dang goblins! It's like kicking me out."
And I say, what? They kicked you out?
Yes.
See, I told you they didn't love you.
I accidentally messed up one of the ambushes, and Clark kicked me out of the crag moss. He told me never to come back.
So you have no one and nothing? You're pretty much
I
a loser?
don't need anyone else.
What if I told you can travel with us?
Why? So you can break my arm again.
I broke it back into place for you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And what if I told you we could split the bounty with you?
What bounty?
Money, women, anything you want with your little greedy goblin fingers.
He looks at his fingers and they're very greasy looking.
He wiggles his fingers.
He wiggles his fingers as he looks at.
CJ
guys-
speaks very in detail about his time with Gildred.
You said that could be you.
He spits at the ground. Would you guys like to ask him anything in particular?
What can we expect when we get to the hideout?
Well, our leader is there. His name is Clark. I don't like him. He's a big jerk. He treats us like slaves.
Well, you are a slave, aren't you?
No, not anymore. I am free.
Ask them how big their hideout is, like how many goblins they got.
Well, we were stationed there by King Grohl. King Grohl told us to station here and ambush the people, the filthy humans.
Will there be any goblins standing guard at the entrance?
Well, of course, we're not stupid.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
King Grohl is the chief of the Cragmont tribe, and he stays at Cragmont Castle.
Where is the castle?
It's about a couple miles away. Let me tell you what. Clark received a messenger goblin from King Grohl a few days ago. The messenger told him that someone named the Black Spider was paying the Cragmaws to watch out for the dwarf Gundren Rockseeker, capture him, and send him anything he was carrying back to King Grohl. Clark followed his orders. We ambushed Gundren and took his personal crap along with a map.
Ooh. So
We took it.
Is he currently at the hideout?
No, yesterday they were taken to King Grohl as instructed. The dwarf human companion is being held at the eating cave.
Ooh, so the companion is still there.
Yes, we have that filthy human.
Is it eating cave? Is that close to the hideout?
That is our hideout. We call it the eating cave because the mouth is shaped like a mouse.
Okay. Alright, we'll just continue walking to the cave.
Okay.
Come on, Shelby. I'm comfortable.
Okay.
Get off of my bed and sit in the chair. You can.
We are smart goblins. We have lots of traps on the trail. Oh no. And
What?
just as he says that, a snare scoops Wick's feet up and he's now hung upside down and he hits his head off the ground.
Is he unconscious?
He's not unconscious,
Dead.
but his head is now bleeding.
Is he tall enough for maybe Kodias or CJ to reach?
Currently, Wick is being held 10 feet above the ground. Most of you can't reach him.
Can I shoot the rope with my short bow?
Cody can throw Nick at him.
I have a 50-foot silk rope I can make a lasso out of.
What, just like gonna... His
Or you
leg
just
is pretty
roll.
tied up in the snare.
Can I just shoot the rope?
Roll to hit.
19.
Oh my gosh, I was hoping that was like a real low number so I could say you shot Wick.
No.
You shoot the rope holding Wick's foot. He falls down 10 feet.
He's 10 feet. I catch bone bastard.
Or CJ can catch it.
CJ, roll me a dexterity check, CJ.
CJ, get your feet off of my clothes. Why do I? Get off of my bed. Get off my bed.
I roll an 18.
Roll an 18. You catch
Get over
Wick
there.
in your arms like he's a little baby.
And I can't afford
You
it.
get him on the floor. He spits in your face.
I punch him in the face.
Oh.
Does Wick lose HP because of that?
Roll me a d4. Well, roll to hit with advantage.
It's a comic relief punch. Didn't really have to hurt him.
Fine, one damage. One bludgeoning damage.
You kidding me?
Okay.
It's going in the neck now.
You bend down 5 feet. You bend over.
Joey likes it. Bets his arms.
Kodias is jealous. Wick shoves himself out of your loving arms. He dusts himself off. He says, "Stupid snare. We are so smart." And then
I tell him he owes me for saving his life.
he's like, "Suck it, human," and he spits at the ground.
And I say, this is why no one loves him.
He takes a pine cone and he looks at you, just staring, and he crushes the pine cone with his hand and he shoves it in his mouth. Crunches it slowly.
I ask him if he's lonely.
He starts just walking.
He needs a Gildred in his life.
He needs a Gildred. Maybe you can introduce him.
Oh, that's my woman.
You guys continue walking down the Goblin Trail, and Wick says, "There should be another trap here somewhere." Just as he says that, he falls into a camouflaged pit. He manages to do a barrel roll, though, so he doesn't take any damage. But now he is stuck in a 6-foot wide, 10-foot deep hole.
Maybe now you can use your rope, Cornelius.
Oh, yeah. Pull
You-
out my rope.
You kindly pull out your rope. Wick climbs it. He tries climbing it, but he obviously failed that rope test in gym class. He can't climb it. It's pretty pathetic, honestly, watching him try to climb it.
Does somebody else want to jump down and carry him up?
I will do it.
CJ jumps down in the 10-foot deep pit. Wick begrudgingly lets you pick him up. Roll me a strength check, CJ, to climb this stupid pit.
17. Plus I have
17.
2 strength. Plus 2.
You throw Wick just up over. He lands on his head.
When I say I just saved you, you owe me.
And then you climb out of the pit.
CJ does a front flip out of the pit.
CJ does a front flip out of the pit.
I now tell him he's indebted to me.
He spits at the ground at your feet again.
I said, how many times do I have to save you? before
It's
you
like a
die?
bloody spit, too, because he hit his teeth a little. So eventually,
So I'm trying to recruit this guy.
the forest gives way to a clearing, and you see the mouth of a cave in the distance. About two goblins standing in front of the entrance.
I give Wick his gold piece.
By the way, he immediately stuffs it in his mouth and swallows it.
I check his feces later for the gold.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
just wait a few hours for that.
Because you guys defeated the goblin ambushers and found the crag hideout, you guys each gain 75 experience points.
I'm only keeping track of
Did I
Joey's.
level up?
I believe you need 300.
Oh, this takes a long time.
Should we try to use Wick to lure the guard?
You could try to convince him to do so.
I tell Wick that those guards have been talking badly about his ugly goblin mother.
He says, "How do you know?"
Because I have super goblin hearing, because I'm part goblin, remember?
He squints at you suspiciously.
And I said, don't you want revenge?
It says, following the goblins' trail, you come across a large cave in a hillside 5 miles from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream.
I would like to ask Wick if he can distract the goblins while I sneak inside behind them.
Well, let me tell you real quick. The two goblins that are at the mouth of the cave, they are obviously very, very much not paying attention.
Oh.
One has his feet up, is like picking his teeth.
Gordy, just sneak attack and kill one.
I have minor illusion I could use to lure him away from the entrance.
And then I'll sneak in.
How will you use minor illusion to distract me?
Is there any like?
Can't you do a sound?
Yeah.
It makes like a fart noise.
No, make like a mating call of a female goblin. Of a really attractive goblin.
Is there any bushes like really close to him?
Dense thicket.
I use my minor illusion in that and make it of a female mating goblin.
Mating call of a female
in the
goblin.
bush.
In the bush?
What does it sound like?
Sounds like a baby crying.
I'm in heat.
You see, the two goblins sit up.
It's that time of the year.
It happens a couple times a year.
What about dwarves?
Even more so.
Because Gilbert.
Oh,
Gilbert.
that's how she makes her money.
What do those goblins do?
You see the goblins sit up, they perk up, and they both look at each other. And then they both start wrestling over each other to run fast. Whoever runs the fastest. And they take off into the direction of the noise you made.
So I don't need to sneak in anymore?
You'll definitely want to be quiet because, I mean, just because you know that those two are gone doesn't mean there's more inside.
Yeah, I'll still quietly sneak in.
Okay, so roll me a stealth check.
20.
Natural 20. You all see Gwen just vanish into nothingness.
Puff of smoke.
A puff of smoke. Smells a little brimstone-y. Just inside the cave mouth, a few uneven stone steps lead up to a small, dank chamber on the east side of the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and the sounds of rattling chains greet your ears, where 3 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of the stalagmite. They don't see you, though.
Alright, I'll continue forward. Anyone else gonna do anything? Because there are wolves chained up at the entrance. Are you just gonna wait for me to do it?
The wolves are friendly, so I just pet them.
You go in. Roll me a
Are
stealth
you gonna
check.
go in? And
No, I'm
try
not
and
going
pet the
in.
wolves?
Why didn't we just assassinate the guards?
I'm hiding.
They
They're
ran
distracted.
off.
They distracted by
They
the
ran
female
off.
mating call.
Believe it or not, you can make an animal handling check. It's
Okay.
telling you right now it's a DC 15. You better meet or beat a 15.
Can I talk to animals?
Yeah, you can talk to small animals.
Not full-grown wolves.
Ooh.
Right now, you're the only one that's in the cave.
Yeah. Does anyone
So
else
if you
try
want,
anything?
if you want to, you can sneak back out and let everyone know.
I dig a hole at that.
But
I'd rather
before-
continue forward.
There's a narrow opening on the east side of the wall, a hole, and it looks like it goes upwards.
Alright, I'll climb upwards.
You climb upwards. Okay, roll me a strength check. 13.
Watch out, CJ. There's a snake. It bit you.
You can suck the poison out. Your
CJ's dying.
Isaac sucks the poison out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way past the wolves quietly. One of them is sleeping. They don't really seem to be paying attention to you because of your natural 20 stealth check. You look up and it kind of looks like a chimney shaft. And you start climbing your way up.
I pray
You pray.
that everything goes
By the
well.
way, it is completely dark in this tunnel.
But I can see.
But you have dark vision.
Yeah, CJ should go in there and help her.
But he can't see in the dark.
I have a light spell.
I dig a hole at the entrance to the cave while I'm up there. That's what I'm doing. I'm digging a hole and I'm putting.
Yeah, that'll triple them if they run out.
I'm digging a large hole and then I'm filling it.
Would that be a perception check if I run out? If I don't fall in?
I'm digging a large hole and then I'm grabbing nearby grass and filling the hole with it.
Is Wick currently outside?
All right, Summer.
He is outside right now. What are you doing, CJ?
I am digging a huge hole at the beginning of the entrance and I'm filling it with grass.
Wick asks you, "What are you doing?
I'm making fireworks
Why?
because it's cool. You're gonna love it.
You realize there's more than one entrance into this cave, right?"
Oh, well, there's the main one.
Okay. And he goes back and just sits.
And I get ready to start a fire with my sword
Okay.
off a rock. And off a rock and make a fire.
Okay, Gwen, so you're climbing up the chimney and you reach the top. Sacks and crates of looted provisions are piled up in the south end of this large cave. To the west, the floor slopes toward a narrow opening that descends into darkness. A larger opening leads north down a set of natural stone steps, the roar of falling water echoing from beyond. In the middle of the cavern, the coals of a large fire smolder. Also, you see a large, furry bugbear.
Bugbear?
He's kind of like sitting in a chair, and there's two goblins on their hands and knees, and he has his feet up on the goblins' backs. And he also has like a really mangy-looking wolf curled up by the fire.
So I'm in the throne room.
That's what you're looking at right now.
I guess I'll go down the natural-looking steps.
You're gonna try to like hide behind the crates and stuff to sneak past them?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
18.
I convinced Wick to join us while we're outside standing.
He doesn't really like you.
Why? I saved him.
He like looks at you and spits at the ground again.
Why? I thought I saved his life twice.
He thinks you're still a butthole about it.
Ask him what.
You're no better than Clark.
Ask him what the nicest thing anyone's ever done to him is. For him.
He says, nothing. Nobody's ever done anything for me.
Really?
Really?
What if I told you I'd be your best friend?
No! And he
You guys should
he
fight
shoves
to
an
the death.
acorn in his mouth as he says that.
You guys should fight. If Wick loses, then he has to join us.
Okay, what about that?
He says, bring it on, human.
Okay,
Those
so
things
I gotta battle Wick now.
Roll initiative, CJ.
Oh shit,
He has a short sword still. Why didn't we disarm him?
17.
We have to remember that.
Okay, you go first, CJ.
Disarm our party.
I knee him in the face viciously.
Roll to hit. You unfortunately do not have proficiency, so only add your strength modifier
10.
plus your strength modifier.
2.
You go to knee him and he dodges out of the way.
What do you know? I miss again.
What is your AC? What is your armor class? Okay, he goes to stab upwards with his short sword and he gets you right in your thigh. You take 6 damage.
What the fuck? How does he do half my health?
He rolled a 1.
And he still does 6 my health?
Yes, he has a +5.
I heal CJ like 5. I got you,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he does.
You touch... You're the one who challenged him.
CJ gives up
This
and
fool
walks
is
away
fucking-
from Wick.
This dude does 6 damage. I'm done playing.
So you walk away from Wick.
I walk away from the game.
Joey puts his hands on you and they glow
CJ
with a
just-
holy light and you regain 5 hit points. As you walk away, Wick turns his back to you holding his short sword in the air and he goes, ah! Ah! You find those 2 goblins looking for that noise.
You're done, CJ?
I don't want to play no more.
Well, you would have hit him if you didn't use your fists. You don't add your proficiency bonus.
I literally held the goblin down 4 minutes ago.
He's
Well,
a very skilled goblin.
Where the fun is that you get to roll the
He's
dice.
sick. I was just holding goblin down and stabbed me in the leg.
Wick is going nuts though. He's going,
Raising his sword up in the air. So
Yeah.
there's like a half done
he's doing
hole.
like a fist bump with his short sword. And he
Eli
does,
and Isaac are just like, yeah.
he like sheaths his short sword and he does a couple like air punches. So you guys see CJ, he just leaves.
Anybody else want to do anything with Wick?
Wick looks at you guys.
I still all CJ's gold.
Gosh dang it.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
He's not even here.
As he's walking away.
He's gone. He left his money right here.
I don't even know how
Look,
much
I
money
got
he
his
has.
money.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
I clubbed CJ in the back of the head.
No.
So he can't leave.
He can't leave.
This one?
Roll a d20, add your dexterity.
I got an 18.
CJ rolled a 1.
As you go to reach for his coin purse, he slaps your hand away and keeps walking.
How? I got an 18.
Well, CJ got a 19.
No, he did it.
Yeah, he
Yes,
did.
he
It's right
did.
there.
The 19.
What the?
As he walks away, you see Wick. He makes an L shape on his forehead and goes. Okay, Gwen. So you're heading down the steps. Okay?
Or eating room, as Wick said.
You make your way. It says this cavern is half filled with 2 large pools of water. A narrow waterfall high in the eastern wall feeds the pool, which drains out into the western end of the chamber to form a stream that flows out of the cave mouth below. Low fieldstone walls serve as dams holding the water. A wide exit stands to the south, where 2 smaller passages lead west. The sound of waterfall echoes through the cavern, making it difficult to hear. You see 3 goblins milling about around the cave. They're kind of just hanging out, minding their own business.
Perhaps I should have asked Wick where the eating room was.
Maybe.
I guess I'll go back outside to ask Wick.
Are you going to go down the chimney again?
Yeah, and I'll try and sneak past everyone again.
You go into the throne room again, to the chimney. Roll me an athletics check.
15. Acrobatics?
Athletics. Well, you can make acrobatics.
It's +5.
You carefully slide down the chimney. You slink past the wolves and you're back outside. You notice CJ is nowhere to be seen.
I ask Wick, how can I get to the eating room where the dwarf is being kept?
The dwarf is not here.
The other dwarf companion.
He's a human.
Oh, the human companion. Whoopsie.
Dummy. It's like he's inside the cave.
Where inside the cave?
Let me think. Well, he's in. You go into the front of the cave, and then further down, and then you go make a left.
Go further down in the cave and just make a left?
Roughly.
All right, thank you, Wick. I'll go.
You're welcome.
I'll go sneak back inside. Anybody else want to try anything?
What do you mean to sneak in with? Maybe I can go with you.
You can go in with her.
You can sneak in too if you want.
Joey, you can as well. Well, you all have dark vision. Your only human who can't see in the dark has left.
Alright, I follow you in.
Okay, everybody roll me a stealth check.
The 20?
Is Joey going in?
Yeah, Joey.
I have 16.
You're not going?
No.
I got a 23. That's what mine is. So 23 and 15.
You both are doing pretty good. Unfortunately, it seems one of the goblins has been alerted to your presence.
Oh, yeah.
I know it wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
And just the one, his ears kind of perk. He's not really sure. Then he kind of just goes back to filing his teeth into sharp points.
So we continue to sneak past. I try and follow Wick's instructions.
The main passage from the cave mouth climbs steeply upward, the stream plunging and splashing down its west side. In the shadows, a side passage leads west across the other side of the stream.
Alright, I'll go that way.
You go that way?
Mm.
In the shadows of the ceiling to the north, you can just make out the dim shape of a rickety bridge of wood and rope crossing over the passage ahead of you. Another passage intersects this one, 20 feet above the floor. Roll me a perception check, both of you.
14. Do I have to add anything to it?
Perception.
20.
Okay. So
Natural 20!
Uh-huh.
So 14 plus 3,
Ah,
I have
crap.
17.
Well, you saw them before, so you know that there's goblins on the bridge. Nick, you're just now noticing these goblins that are on the
I
bridge.
guess I should have told you. I forgot. But you got a natural 20.
What was your guys' stealth?
My
Yours was
stealth.
23, and yours was 15, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You see the one, his ears perk up again. He kind of like looks down over the bridge in you guys' direction. And it is dark. He squints and he doesn't seem like he sees you guys. So he sits back down. So you go into the western tunnel.
Yes.
A steep natural staircase leads from the lower portion of the upper ledge. The air is hazy with the smoke of a cooking fire and pungent from the smell of poorly cured hides and unwashed goblins. Just as you guys walk in, you see 6 goblins in this den. 5 of them are tending to this crappy cooking fire, and then you see one resting on the upper or southern part of the cave. You see a human in the corner. He looks terribly beaten, tied up in the corner.
Alright.
They don't seem to have noticed you.
I'll just sneak over to him. Try and get him out.
Roll me a sneak check.
13.
Plus your
My stealth. 20.
So you successfully sneak past all these goblins. They're all paying attention to the fire. You get over to Sildar Hallwinter. He looks like he's like fading in and out of consciousness. He is gagged right now.
Can I use my potion on him?
Gagged. Would you like to undo the gag?
He
He sees you,
I
his
make-
eyes widen.
I make a notion to
Yeah, he
let him
nods.
know to be quiet.
He
And then I
nods.
take the gag out of his mouth.
He isn't saying anything, but he is looking back and forth at you and the goblins.
I give him the potion.
Roll 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yes.
4 plus 2 is
Okay,
6.
so Sildar Hallwinter.
Regain 6 hit points.
You see like any cuts that were on him, they start to stitch together.
Alright, I'd like to try and sneak him out.
Okay. So you help him up
Yes.
quietly. As you guys stand up, I mean, he's obviously still very hurt. He's kind of like stumbling around, and he makes a good amount of noise. The goblins all look in your direction, and they see that Sildar Hallwinter is up, and they all start going freaking crazy.
Can you make an
They go,
illusion?
"Ah! Ah!"
Can you use any magic of some kind to help out? If not, I have another. Can you create another illusion or no?
I'm not sure how many times I can use that.
Minor illusion is a cantrip. You can use it as many times as you so desire.
Okay.
What all stuff can you make with it? Can you create some kind of giant thing to scare them?
As you guys are thinking, the goblin that is resting on the upper part of the cave, he jumps down right next to you and Sildar Hallwinter, knocking Sildar to the ground, and he grabs him and holds a knife to his throat.
Oh, shoot.
And he starts pulling him over to the edge of the upper level, and he says, "Truce, or this human dies!"
Truce.
Yes.
I guess that doesn't sound too bad. But I try to convince him. 2 gold pieces instead.
Yes.
To let us go out of here.
Out, you the talking creature.
So they still don't know about me over there, right?
I don't think they know. Roll me a stealth check.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, they see you. A couple goblins are like standing in front of you and they're like jumping like monkeys. He says, "I want you to kill Clark. If you kill Clark, I will release this human. But you must bring me back the bugbear's head." As he says it, Sildar says, "Don't trust him. Don't trust him." He says, "Shut up!" And he holds it closer to his throat, drawing a little bit of blood.
Any magic?
We could say we killed him on the way in, maybe, and I can make an illusion of it.
We have killed him. We have his head as proof.
Show me.
Okay, I cast a minor illusion.
You reach into your bag and you pull out. Well, you don't know what Clark looks like.
Oh yeah, true.
I knew what he looked like. Can I describe it to him?
I'll make Korn roll an intelligence check to see if he knows what bugbears look like.
5.
You pull out like a weird goblin looking thing. He just looks at you, then he looks back at you.
It
Holding
shrivels
the
when you cut off its head.
He just looks at you. Roll me a deception check.
16 plus 3, so 19.
He rolled a 1. He looks both at you and he holds out his hand to you to hand him the head.
Oh no.
Moves his fingers.
I go to hand him the head, but before I do so, I grab
Wait,
the human and push him off the cliff.
Roll me initiative.
9. 6. And I got 9.
Before he has a chance to react, you go to shove him. Roll to hit.
9.
Okay, so you go to shove him, and you miss. At that point, he throws Sildar Hallwinter off the edge.
Oh no.
He's gone.
I could use Featherfall.
How many points did you fit him with?
I healed him with 6.
And would you like to cast Featherfall?
Yes.
Okay, as he starts falling, you cast Featherfall. He slowly makes his way to the ground.
It says I can choose up to 5 fallen creatures, so
At higher levels?
it doesn't say it at higher level, it just says 5 creatures, so maybe we can jump off as he's falling with them. You can cast it on all of us.
So I guess you would just tell Genlinor, you'd be like, "Jump!"
I run over and maybe push you and cast it on all 3 of us.
You all start falling, and you cast Featherfall, and you gently fall to the ground with Sildar.
And he's a human. We're both short.
Uh-huh.
It is dark. He can't really see what's happening.
You can cast your light spell on him.
On his face, on his nose.
Could pull out my quarterstaff and use it on that.
You cast light.
Yes, I
Cast light on the quarterstaff so the human can see.
He looks around. He can see his surroundings. As you guys do this, you hear Ymik. He starts yelling in Goblin. Do you guys understand Goblin?
No.
You hear them start shouting in Goblin. Words you do not understand. You just hear a bunch of freaking footsteps running around.
Ooh.
We try and make our way out of the cave.
Try and make your way out.
And CJ dug that hole before he left.
Yeah, I don't think you know about the hole, but I know about it.
Yeah, you could tell me about it as we're making our way out.
As you guys are quickly making your way out with Sildar Hallwinter, the passage is suddenly filled with a mighty roar as a huge surge of rushing water pours down from above.
Oh.
Okay, we're trying to get out of here.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
So I have 8 plus 5.
And what did you get, Nick?
I rolled a 1.
Oh no! You guys start running to make your way out, and you see Korn behind you trip. I need you, Nick. Roll me strength saving throw.
15.
15, just barely enough. You hang on to the rocks nearby as Genlinor jumps onto the side safely out of the way with Hildar.
Oh crap, Hildar. Do it good, buddy.
Sildar, my bad.
Sildar.
17. So he gets onto the side out of the way with you. You just see the rushing water go over Corn's head. And
No!
you think maybe the worst has come to pass.
Some corn kernels
For Corn.
float above
you see
the water.
some corn kernels floating down the stream. Then as the water dissipates, you see Corn. He was hanging onto the rocks.
He's just a little wet, and his soggy bottom is a little more soggy.
So,
So
what would you guys like to do?
we'd like to now leave the cave.
You guys start running for the mouth of the cave, just as another goblin pokes his head out from above the bridge and sees you guys running away. And he goes, "Ah!" Wave of water begins rushing down, but you guys have made it out of the cave.
Oh, so that
Just as the water's spilling out just above your ankles.
Huh.
It's just barely touching Sildar's feet. So you guys make it back outside, and Sildar, he's just saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you," as you guys make your way outside.
You're welcome. So where are the goods at?
Oh yeah, we can get the good.
You saw them. Yeah, they're in the throne room.
How do I get them back though? I'm
Well-
short.
Well, unfortunately, both your freaking tanks.
Yeah, one's sleeping.
Yeah.
He's sleeping,
You see Isaac also sleeping.
cuddling against Eli, who's sleeping and going, pressure, pressure.
The only one that's awake is Kodias. He just looks at you guys. And you don't see Wick anywhere.
Wick is gone.
You just don't see him.
No, Wick, no. I call out for Wick.
You see his head poke out from a nearby bush with a acorn in his mouth. And he sees the filthy human Sildar and he goes, "Yeah."
I say, let's just go back to Phandelver so we can rest up and get this guy some help.
Okay.
Maybe we can eventually go back for the goods. Since
Maybe CJ went back to the inn.
Yeah, with Gildren.
I
So
think
maybe
her name's Gildred.
maybe we can come back the next day because the cave was all washed out.
Hopefully they can't refill
Those
overnight.
poor wolves.
Yeah.
The wolves were just out of reach.
Uh,
You could release them. You do have speak with animals. I bet you could release them. You could get pet wolves. I would let that work out. Yeah, well, you guys are tiny. You guys could ride on the wolves. As you guys make your way back into Phandelver, it is still morning time. And Sildar, he says to you guys, he says, "My friends, let us secure lodgings. I am told the local inn is very quaint."
Yes, it is.
Oh, so you've been here.
I'm sure Nazarus enjoyed it much more though.
Who?
Yeah, you'll probably meet him later.
Okay. You see Gildred just she's unconscious with a bucket of ale next to her.
Okay.
She scratches her butt and then scratches her nose. And as you guys were making your way, and while you guys make your way to the tavern, he tells you some very important information. He says the 3 Rockseeker brothers, Gundren, Tharden, and Mundro, recently located an entrance to the long-lost Wave Echo Cave, site of the mines of the Phandelver's Pact. He also tells you Clarg the Bugbear, who leads this goblin band, had orders to waylay Gundren. Sildar heard from the goblins that the Black Spider sent word that the dwarf was to be brought to him, and he says he doesn't know who or what the Black Spider is. Gundren had a map showing the secret location to Wave Echo Cave, but the goblins took it when they captured him. Sildar believes that Clarg sent the map and the dwarf to the chief of the Cragmaws at a place called Cragmaw Castle. Sildar doesn't know where that might be, but he suggests someone in Phandelver might know, though you're pretty sure Wick told you guys that it's a couple miles in a certain direction.
yeah.
Yes.
And Sildar tells you he has a contact in Phandelver that's a human wizard named Ierner Albrek. The wizard traveled to the town 2 months ago to establish order there. After the Lords' Alliance received no word from Ierno, Sildar decided to investigate. And he informs you that the Lords' Alliance is kind of like the group that he is a part of. And he says he is uber tired. And he says for you guys for helping him, he'll offer you 50 gold pieces.
Oh, so we get 50 gold pieces?
Not each.
Since we left Joey at the entrance of the cave sleeping,
He's still there.
maybe we could try to convince Kodias to bring him back to the inn.
Yeah, you see Kodias. He's carrying 2 dwarves and a halfling. And he throws them on the ground next to Gildred. So he gives you guys 50 gold pieces, and he says, "Now if you'll excuse me." And he makes that noise. I have to go to sleep.
I tell him good night, I guess.
He says, "Good morning," and then he walks away.
Okay.
As you guys are standing in front of the inn, you hear a familiar voice call to you. "Hello!" It's that lady. And she says, "Have you guys found my shipments?
I did see them.
Where's your other friends, by the way?"
Well, the human left, and right now
I think I saw him a little bit earlier.
the noble dwarf is currently sleeping outside for some reason.
Ah, drunk again, no doubt.
Probably.
You know how dwarves are. And she chuckles as you notice her blatant racism.
I tell her that I did find her shipment, but it still resides currently in the goblin cave. It did flood, so there should be less goblins than there were before. So maybe tomorrow, after some rest, we can go back for it.
And she says, I guess there isn't really a time limit, but just as soon as possible.
Okay,
Okay?
alright. I'm going to rest. I'm going to rest at the inn.
That would be another 7 copper pieces.
Yeah. So are we splitting the gold with Joey?
No.
So we
He
each get
didn't help.
25.
You guys saved Sildar by yourselves.
Yes.
And you don't have to tell the sleeping dwarf.
Can I sneak some money from Joey?
Well, I don't know if Kudias would let you.
Okay.
He's keeping a watchful eye. You feel like he's a very good
Retainer.
retainer.